WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange unleashing a post-election bombshell today, this time taking aim at the CIA and the anti-secrecy group, releasing troves of documents that it claims contains information about sophisticated software tools that the CIA can use to break into smartphones, messaging apps, even the internet connected to your television. The CIA, they have not yet commented on these WikiLeaks allegations and has not yet confirmed the authenticity of these documents. Nevertheless, President Trump's allegations that Barack Obama wiretapped Trump Tower in the run-up to November's election is still reverberating throughout D.C. and has many top Republicans flummoxed. Current intelligence chiefs have largely stayed silent, but General Michael Hayden, who ran the CIA under President Bush, well, he actually slammed those who support Trump's, what he calls, illegitimate worldview.
If there's there, show us the there. So far, I haven't seen it. And what was claimed, all right, is inconsistent with the way I know the system works. This is not the latest episode of Homeland, all right? These are good Americans who go to work.
Not all of them.
Joining me now, Peter Brookes and Christopher Bedford. Peter, let me start with you. You know, this hashtag Vault7 making its way through social media. Some intriguing stuff in there. Some we kind of knew about these smart TV spying on us, but some we didn't know, including maybe the idea that the CIA could even manipulate things to make it seem like Russia was meddling in the election.
Wow. That's interesting. I mean, it's important, Charles, to understand the CIA is involved in foreign intelligence collection. They do not operate here in the United States. That is the job of the Department of Justice, the FBI, other law enforcement agencies. So this stuff that's out in WikiLeaks, if it's true, it's very damaging because of the sources and method it exposes. It gives the people that the CIA may be monitoring, it gives them an idea of how we do what we do in support of our national security. So if this WikiLeaks thing is very troubling because it takes time and effort and money to develop new tools that would do this. But that sort of work done by the CIA is directed at foreign intelligence objectives.
You know, Christopher, this whole thing is very confusing, and there's a lot of semantics involved and parsing of words. You know, listen, I want you guys, before I even ask you this, let's take a listen to what Sean Spicer had to say, because, of course, it was brought up today, and he punted back to Congress perhaps doing some sort of full investigation.
Can't the president just ask the FBI director?
Well, I think
has he asked him?
No, the president has not. And I think that, you know, we've gone back and forth with you guys I think there is clearly a role that Congress can play in its oversight capabilities. They made it very clear that they have the staff, the resources, and the process. I think that's the appropriate place for this to handle. I think if we were to start to get involved, you would then write stories about how we were getting involved. So it's a no-win situation.
Chris, is it a no-win situation at this point?
It might be, but here's some of the things that we do know. We do know that the United States government was using phone-tapped information on Trump associates to investigate it, at least if you want to believe a report in January in the New York Times. And we know that conversations between General Flynn and the Russian ambassador were leaked to members of the media, so we know that they were listening on that. They could be doing more. And we also know that the Barack Obama's administration was basically actively sabotaging the incoming administration, at least as far as its policy goes. What we absolutely don't know is what Donald Trump was referring to when he sent out these tweets. And congressional Republicans, which have been absolutely barreling ahead and trying to work on Obamacare, they could really use a little bit of backup from the Trump administration on, hey guys, what were you talking about? And it looks like, from what Sean Spicer just said, they may not get it in the next week or so.
Chris, though, could Donald Trump say the same thing about the GOP? I mean, I'm watching these Sunday shows, and there wasn't anything close to a full-throated backing up. Not even what you said, that perhaps, or connecting dots. I haven't seen one Republican, really elected Republican, step up and say Donald Trump may have a case here.
And the White House isn't seeing a lot of friends anywhere in the GOP. You're right. It's a two-way street. I'm kind of surprised that no Republican senator, no Republican congressman seems to have really stood up and is starting to make Donald Trump appear that he's alone. But when the president sends out these things and makes these such serious accusations, I think it is on the White House to provide their congressmen, their senators, their governors just a little bit of cover, say, here's where we're coming from, or even just say, you know what, we can't tell you right now, but we have good reason to believe it.
Apparently, some public hearings on the Russian involvement will begin next week, so we'll get deeper into some answers. Gentlemen, thank you both very much.